Welcome to Sanjay Global Voices. Sanjay Global Voices is a platform for the individual to share their unique experiences around the globe. We are dedicating to connecting the different culture and direct different narratives around the globe. Together, let's build the bridges of understanding one voice at a time. Once again, we have another aspiring personality from another part of the globe. She is a coach at Maxwell Leadership. She is a keynote speaker, and let's learn to more about her. Let's connect her. Hello, Coach Ernita. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Sanjay. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great too. Thank you so much. First of all, I'm very much privileged and honored to share a screen with you. I'm grateful to you for your valuable time. Thank you for your valuable time. Now we are going to start the journey, starting journey with very basic and very common question. Can you walk us your journey and how you got where you are today? Question is
Ooh,
also on screen.
yes. So, uh, walk you through my journey and how do I get where I am today. I think I would like to start with my journey through the Maxwell leadership team. So back in 2020, I had this, or actually 2020, I had this um, vision that I am to speak in front of thousands of people. And with my with my background, I moved to United States when I was 17 years old. I did not have the confidence in myself. So having the vision of speaking in front of thousands of people is something that was impossible to me. But there's a why to that vision, and the why was I wanted to help women from different countries realize that they have what it takes to live the life that they wish for. And because of that, that gave me the drive to explore the idea of me even speaking in front of a group, right? So the journey started with me looking for avenues on how can I develop my skills in speaking, and that's through programs that are available out there. And I found there's multiple programs that I've been exposed to, but the Maxwell Leadership Certified Team program is the one that resonated with me the most. And it resonated with me because of the goal that I have, and at the same time, the faith. So the Maxwell Leadership Team it's not faith driven, but it's faith based. So that we have the same religion basically. And um where I am today is I am a certified speaker for a few years now. I have the privilege of speaking in front of thousands of people, and also have a radio show that is international. But how did I get there? How did I get to where I am today, right? And this is not the destination that I want. That's just where I am today. And how I got here is basically taking one step at a time. The actions that a lot of people are afraid to take, the steps that a lot of people are afraid to take, I have taken those steps. And they say, fear is the other side of fear is where your dreams will come true, right? And that's what drives me every day, going through the steps. Obviously I've experienced fear, I've experienced uncertainty, but I always say this: without action nothing will come into fruition. So being 1% better a day, taking one step at a time throughout the journey, is what has given me the results that I have today. And at the same time, it has given me the confidence that I have today in tackling more adversity, more tasks that I may need to take in order to get to the next level.
Thank you so much. Taking one step at a time that really help you. Thank you for sharing your journey. You walk your journey of, before you are. not confident. You have joined Maxwell leadership in 2020, and you become a well-known coach, well-known speaker, renowned speaker. That's really helped you. Thank you for sharing this journey. But being a inspiring journey of this platform, I want to learn more about you from the basic, from the beginning, from your childhood. How was your difficult childhood, or it is good childhood, and from where you reached what you are today. So please share this journey also. Thank
Yes.
you.
So, um, which part of my childhood? It's a lot, right? Uh, yeah, there's, I think going back, I've always remembered myself as an introvert. Uh, I did not know this then. I would always be the child who, yes, I love to hang out with my family, with my cousins, but I would always be the child who will be left in the house reading a book and not realize that she's by herself in her own home. So I've seen myself time and time again as somebody who would read and just have my own world, basically. But I grew up with no father, and from there I've developed. Obviously, everyone does this. We've developed traumas in our lives, and um, in my journey, I happened to be that kid who was molested at a very young age, and because of that, I've again confidence. Right, you feel shame from that experience, and it comes with you as you grow older. Um, from that aspect of things, I could not wait to get out of the house. So I was given the opportunity at age 17 to fly to United States to make a name for myself, and at the same time to run away from the past memories of my childhood. So from there, I was this young girl who's full of dreams and hopes, and say, okay, I want to go back to school in United States, and then from there, uh, make a name for myself, not realizing that my purpose is speaking in front of people. But when I made it to United States, I was hit with the culture. I have learned that the culture is different. So there goes the culture shock, and I've developed a stutter. So every time I have to speak in front of people, I stuttered, and that's the fear, the nerves. So I used to stutter. So from this girl who was so confident, or not confident, but ambitious, wanting to make a name for herself, to me shrinking down, thinking that everyone else around me was better than me, right? To being small because I thought that my opinions doesn't count. My I will not measure up, and I am not enough. So that was my journey. And to be honest with you, life happens when you're in a different country with no mentor and no guidance. I was lost. I was lost in the process. I married young. I was 21 when I got married, and now divorced. And with those things, adversities that happens in your life, right? When they say life happened to me too. But it's not a matter of when, or it's not a matter of if adversity happens. It's when it happens. How do you pick yourself back up? Right. And with me, I was the survivor. I was not a thriver. I would always just make it work, get through the day, go home, rest. But I've learned in my journey that life is not about surviving, life is about thriving. So I dove myself into personal development at I did not know that it was called personal development at that time. At back in 2019, I was doing all the things. I was reading books, I was listening to podcasts, just really learning, but I did not know what it is until I developed this black hole in my chest. obviously metaphoric, it's not uh, real, but this void in my chest, feeling like I'm being eaten alive, to a point where I'm not recognizing the woman that I was becoming. And I do not like it. I do not like the woman that I was becoming. So I did not know any better. I seek professional advice. I went and see my primary care doctor, ran all the tests, and the doctor said, "There's nothing wrong with you. You're too young to have all these problems. You're fine." I wasn't fine. And then I dove into holistic healing, learned about energies, chakras, um, crystals, all the things. It helped a little bit, but it's not until I actually found a coach to help me realize that the reason why I'm experiencing all these things is because I was not prioritizing myself. What does that look like? In the culture, when you prioritize yourself, that's called selfish, Dr. Sanjay. It's called selfish, right? But the question that was posed to me is, if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of other people? If you're wounded, if you're sick, if you're not healthy, how can you take care of other people? So that's when I started my self development journey, which then eventually gave me the self confidence that I'm teaching today.
That's the reality. That's the fact. Every inspiring story have a painful background.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for sharing this. The purpose to ask about background, about childhood, because every person go through lot of pain, lot of struggle. But people thinks that people who achieve all of things, they have a piece of cake for
Perfect.
them. But
Yes.
there is always a painful story behind. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Moving to next, as you shared that you started reading books that help you in personality development of yours. Being a book
Mm-hmm.
lover, I want to know which book you have started first as reading, and which book actually changed, actually turned your life.
Oh, um, the very first book that I've read, which is a personal development book, is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. But the book that changed my life is The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by Dr. John C. Maxwell. It's the first book that I've read when I joined the Maxwell leadership. Why? Question is why, right? Um, Dr. John C. Maxwell is well known for his leadership uh, knowledge and his leadership experience, but little does everyone know that he focuses on personal development. And in order for us to become an effective lead being a leader does not mean that you have to lead a team. Being a leader to him is, maybe it could be just leading yourself, leading your household, leading your friends. And that book gave me the idea of, in order for me to lead others, I have to learn how to lead myself first. And the book itself is focuses more on how you can improve yourself before you can lead other people.
That two books really help you improve yourself, especially the book of leadership. Thank you so much for sharing this, and now moving to further and learn more, dive into your journey to learn more. So thank you so much for being with us, and really, you are truly inspiring into all of us. And the way you shared easily your painful story, that's really, it takes really courage. So a big clap for you. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Moving to next, what is the biggest challenge you have ever faced, and what did it teach you?
Mm. Let me see the biggest challenge. I've shared. Okay. So I've shared that I was molested at age 9. I was molested at a very young age. And the fear that I had back then was I did not want to share that experience because it's shameful, right? The thought is people will judge me, people will look at me differently and not see me as this worthy of a woman because I was molested at a very young age. The teaching is it's not true. Whatever that fear is, right? It is not true. And it's something that is not discussed today because everyone has the same thoughts. They are so scared to share these things, thinking that they will be judged. But to be honest, it happens to a lot of people. A lot of young kids experience molestation at a very young age. It's just not shared because of the same fear. But when you share it, it actually gives the opportunity for everyone to have that awareness of it's not just me. It's not just me. Other people um, have experienced it as well. Now, I'm not gonna deny the fact that other people's experience may have been worse than me, right? But when you have the courage to actually put it on the table, collaborate with the intentions of sharing your story so that other people can feel seen, can feel heard, and also go through the process where growth is the motive instead of deteriorating. That's more fulfilling than just living within yourself full of shame, full of blame, and full of um, sadness or a victim mentality. Because to be honest, that specific event in our lives is not, it does not define us. It's just a chapter of the book, it's not the whole book. So it makes us stronger, right? But it does not make you the person that was a victim of that time. It's just a chapter, a page, or a paragraph of your story.
Wow, thank you so much. That's really amazing. Now, moving, how do you see your cultural background influencing your work or daily life?
I love this. I love this question. Thank you so much.
Thank,
So,
thank.
um, yes, I would like to say this in a work perspective. When you have your own cultures, you have your own values, you have your own beliefs, right? I've learned that um, there are leaders out there who are so afraid to include diversity in their team because of the, I don't want to say fear, but the idea of there might be disagreements, right? Because obviously differences within the culture. But what I have learned and I have experienced in my own journey of being a leader myself is having diversity within your team is actually amazing, because then it gives you the opportunity to cater to other individuals with the same culture of one members of your team. Perfect example. And we know this today. And I think a lot of people in the United States can relate to this. A lot of people in America, actually, a lot of Hispanics moved to United States, right? In the country that I am in, a lot of Hispanics move in the country that I am in. People may not agree with me on this, but this is the thing. So a lot of um, Hispanics moved to United States. In order to serve this population, what are the employers looking for? People who can speak Spanish, right? Same thing with you, Dr. Sanjay. Which country are you from?
I'm from Pakistan.
You're from, and what language do you use in your culture?
There are multiple languages we are using. Uh, but basically, I belong from province Sindh, so I talk in Sindhi. But in home we talk Marwari Datki. But in Pakistan, their national language of country Urdu, so we talk in Urdu. And when we have to connect people from different part of the globe, so we need to talk in English. So this is
Yes.
the in Pakistan, Punjabi, and there are many more languages. Every province have their
Yes.
own language.
Yes, so that's completely the argument, right? In order to communicate effectively, you have to learn their language, you have to learn their culture. It's more on connecting. Dr. John C. Maxwell has this book, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. Yes, it's easy to talk and have that communication, but the relationship gets built when you connect with that individual, right? And that's the missing piece in a team. Diversity is frowned upon, but in reality it's effective in order to build a strong team, and that's what will help us influence. Our own cultural background should not be something that we hide. This should be something that we are proud of, because we do bring something to the table. I hope that answers your
That's really
question.
impressive. Thank you. That's really impressive answer. Thank you so much for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Just for fun fact, I want to know this, making the things little lighter. What is the
Okay.
most outrageous things you have done for your love or friendships? Or family, you can add on.
Outrageous thing you've done for love and friendship. Outrageous thing. Um, I think for me is I would say friendship. For me is I'm the type of person who is not about gift giving, or because I've learned there's such a thing as love language. So every individual has their own love language, and I am an introvert. And what introverts does is being around people drains their energy, and extroverts being around people gives them energy. I'm the opposite. So when I'm around friends, yes, I love hanging out with them, but after that I have to be by myself to gain my energy again. But because I am that person, I always make an effort to make my friends feel special. And I will use this good friend of mine. Her name is Ella, and she loves hiking. This amazing lady is 60 plus, 60 years old, and she loves hiking. And not a lot of people love hiking, right? I love to go hiking. And even though she is at that age, she won't even realize that she is that age at all. She can get away from being, I don't know, mid late 30s, which is amazing. So with her birthday, it's not about having gifts, it's about doing the things that she loves. And that's even it's just her and I going hiking. The last year I brought her to go hiking at this place in Napa, California, and the 1 hour length of hike took 3 hours because we got lost. That's part of the things. It's outrageous. It's not normal, but it's finding what they love and then spending time with them, doing what they love to do.
That's really great. Uh, Moving to next. Uh, and To be honest, I am learning a lot of motivational things. Uh, No doubt you are real coach. You have trained from Maxwell the leadership that sounds clearly from your voice, the way you talk, the way you explain the things. So that's clearly and the way you clear the message. So thank you so much, and I feel myself lucky to learn from you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moving to our next, if you could go back and tell your younger self one thing, what would it be and why?
Hmm. I This is actually in my book that I just recently published. One of the chapters is um, Do you forgive you? And in that chapter, I put a setting wherein I was at a beach early in the morning, and the goal is for me to write a letter to myself, to my younger self. And if there is one thing, and I shared in that chapter, is the one thing that I would tell myself is take more risk, take more risk. Okay, living in fear does not serve us. So it's more so take more risks, dance like no one is watching, sing like no one's listening, right? So take more risk.
Very impressive answer. Take more risk. And as you take more risk, you come out your comfort zone. You will get what you want to achieve. That's really
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Not taking too much time. Second last question and second last. Uh, that's really important one, and everybody wants to learn that. What drives you? What motivate you to keep going on when things get tough?
I love this question, Dr. Sanjay.
Thank you.
What keeps me motivated? I don't rely on motivation. Why is that? Because motivation is temporary. It can last a day, a week, a month, right? What keeps me going when things gets tough? I have learned in my journey to, instead of relying on motivation, to build habits that will help me through get to the next step, right? My habits today is the moment I wake up in the morning, I have to name three things that I'm grateful for, make my bed, obviously wash my face and brush my teeth, and then exercise for at least 20 minutes. And then at my evening routine, I still work full time at the moment, but after work, I have 2 hours of time to work on my dreams, and that's through speaking, coaching, and also writing. And the last hour of my day, I have carved out 30 minutes of reading before actually calling it a night. So um, when you build the habits that works for you, it's not a matter of finding the motivation when the day gets tough. It's more so on you do the things secondhand, as if you don't even have to think about them. And then on the toughest days, when do I have days when I don't feel like doing those things? Yes, I would be lying if I say no. I have all the strengths and the energy and the word to do those things. No, there are days when I don't feel like doing them, right? But what drives me is my why. Why am I doing this? I even ask myself this question maybe once a month. I would say, Ernie, the world will continue without you pursuing your goals and dreams. Why do you keep doing this? And the answer comes back every time. Because I wanted to be the woman that I needed when I moved to the United States at a young age and did not have the confidence. I wanted to be that person that um, people can look up to, not to put on a pedestal, but people can look up to and say, if Ernie was able to do it, I can do it too. And that's what's given me the energy and the drive every time.
Thank you so much. The way you explain that what drive you and what motivate you. You said that motivation remains for weeks and time, but when things get tough, keep going on. So the way you explain in the what we say in way layman language, in simple language, I hope my viewers get benefit this. Thank you, your valuable time. I have we have learned a lot of new things, and again, always people who dare to share their painful uh, stories, they are courageous. They are just one
Mhm.
who change the world. You are one of them. Thank you so much for sharing and making the world more and more open for everyone. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
Finally, this is a final advice. What you what advice would you give to someone starting out in your field or looking to follow your footsteps?
Mm, thank you for asking that question, Dr. Sanjay. My advice would be start where you are. Start where you are. And I said this before. You don't have to have all things figured out. Start where you are and just look for the next step, because when you have this burning desire to do something, my vision was to speak in front of thousands of people, and I did not know that is my purpose, and speaking to me is helping and making an impact right on stage. But I did not know where to start. I asked the question, how in the world will I be able to do that when I don't even have the confidence in myself? So I started where I was, and all I need to see is the next step from where I am. Stay consistent and take the next step again. And that's what will give you results. Taking action, taking the next step is what will give you results.
Thank you so much, Coach Ernelita. Thank you for sharing your journey, experiences, your achievements, your background stories, your struggles to inspire me, to inspire my viewers. Once again, I am grateful and thankful to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Viewer, thank you so much for stay tuned at Sanjay Global Voices. Stay connected for next episode. Till then, bye bye. Stay happy and stay blessed. Thank you.